is the 29th of January, Robin's birthday. Anyway, I don't want to keep saying that, get her nervous. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. As you can see, we got a powerhouse here. I've seen them all. They're all part of ONPASSIVE for a long time, minimum 2 years. I know that. So, and Tanya, special shout out to you because you run ONPASSIVE Nation for me, and I am really bad at it. Um, anyway, I'm going to get started. We're inviting people from ONPASSIVE. Go through as many as we can. Obviously, we'll never run out. And maybe 6, 7 months from now, we come back and we have a little different story, I hope. A story of chapter 2, when people started getting money and changing their lives, changing address, and maybe, to see the benefit of the second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, and so on. So I'm going to turn this over real quick because we do have a connection problem. I'm going to go right to Chris Johnson. He's going to introduce everybody. Again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Go ahead, Chris.
Let's get this party started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my brothers and sisters here from all over the world. I'm going to get this going because I talk way too much. I want to introduce this first lady who volunteered to go first. She's probably the most loving person I've ever met. I've never heard one negative thing ever come out of her mouth, and she brings everyone above her on a daily basis, and I love her for that. Miss Jean Oliva, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Chris, Marty, and Robin for inviting me today, and happy birthday, Robin. All of the panelists here today have inspired me personally, and I'm so honored to be here with all of you, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. My name is Jean Oliva. I live in the western suburbs of Philadelphia in the United States. My background is in the arts, music, theater, visual art, graphic design, none of which I'm pursuing actively at this time, which is a whole other story. And Renata, you know a little bit about it. I did illustration for newspapers, graphic design for a financial firm, did some professional theater, joined a band, and I enjoyed all of that. But at some point I needed some stability. And so I began doing some temping, computer work at various companies. And soon I was offered a permanent position in one of them. And flash forward, 30 years went by in a blink, much like Chris's story. The corporate world provides those benefits, that cushion, that security. And it's very, it tends to, if you're not meant for that kind of work, it can be a bit of a ball and chain. And so I had briefly looked into digital marketing to look for a way out, a way to do something more in line with my skills. But my family was depending on the benefits. So it was a real struggle. I did dip my toe into some things and try to commit to it. But then my father died and my whole world turned upside down. And I went into a new phase of caregiving first for my mother. And then for both of my in-laws, they all had health issues, and I literally spent years in a caregiving status for them. So all dreams of doing digital work on the side were put to the wayside. And so I stayed in the corporate job. And then my Fred Langschwager reached out to me and told me about ONPASSIVE. And it just lit me up. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the idea. I fell in love with Ash Mufareh and his heart. And so I told my mom about it. She was excited, what we could do with that freedom. And she was happy for me. But then 3 months later, she passed away, and followed shortly by both of my in-laws. So it was, the past 4 years have been really intense for me personally. And if I didn't have ONPASSIVE and the family, the people on the screen here, and so many dozens of others, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have gotten through it. So it was a safe haven for me, a place to heal and find comfort. And then on the other side, a place to be free creatively. The world is now my oyster. And so on a very much lighter side, I have many plans going forward. Two of the happiest ones are a huge studio to be a creative center for people to come and do all the arts, everything, just a place for people to come and find healing and joy and make stuff and do stuff. And that's very very healing for me. And then also to set up a foundation with my siblings where we can honor our parents and do good works in the world and leave it better than we found it. And I'm so excited about that, so grateful. And I just want to thank God for bringing me here. Thank Fred, thank Ash, and thank all of you for inspiring me every day. Thank you so much. Back to you, Chris.
Wow, wow, wow. And Jean has definitely dipped her toe into ONPASSIVE because she is everywhere. Not only is she beautiful, but like I said, she's got a phenomenal heart on her, and we love you here. Jean, thank you very much. That was awesome. Wow. Okay, now we are live. Everyone that's joining us, welcome. We're doing something a little different. And this next young lady, she lives in Florida. I'll let her tell you more about it. She's a little nervous, but she shouldn't have to be. She's a beautiful lady who I became very good friends with through Florida connections, even though I didn't get to come all the way up there. But Miss Delisa Christie, come on down. Unmute yourself, Delisa. You got to unmute yourself first. That breaks the ice right there. There you go.
Oh, yes. Amen to being nervous, but that's okay. You know, I woke up this morning and I thought, I told myself what I did in the pandemic, being a healthcare provider in that mode and that professional aspect for 25 plus years. We were in the pandemic and we would quite frequently have an office meeting before we went over to the hospital to do as therapists our job. And I woke up with the Lord telling me that this is a day that you get to show up. I get to show up today. So that's what I woke up with this morning. Delisa, you get to show up. So I'm so happy to be here. And, you know, every time I hear these stories, it's like, why am I attracted to this person? Why am I attracted to this other, person in ONPASSIVE? And I just hearing Jean's story, it made me realize why, because of so many beautiful aspects, but the part of caregiving, because that's all I've done most of my life. So like I briefly mentioned, my background is healthcare, physical therapy, 25 plus years. And I've always been someone that worked in the back, kind of in the background. And I'm more comfortable being the girl in the back helping out, not on screen. So if you have that problem, I'm here to tell you to face your fears, because it's a beautiful thing just to get to show up, right? So, 25 years, like I said, 2020 hit us very hard, the pandemic. And then just like you, Jean, I was down in Florida. I was in Alabama driving back and forth to Florida. My mother was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer here in Destin. And I would be back and forth doing my job at the hospital and caring for her. And then right behind that in 2021 is when I joined ONPASSIVE, where my good friend Deborah Pinkerton sent me I believe it's an MP3 voice player type thing of Ash and his vision. And I heard his heart, and I knew right away he's a visionary and that he had a lot of the missing pieces and concepts and integrity. And I wanted to be on board. So I joined, and, the rest is kind of history. So again, just being in the background and helping people. A lot of this, people don't know about this about me. I like to share positivity and my positive quotes on social media, those kind of things. But every day I am fighting a battle. I am advocating for my son who has mental health issues and has had addictions. I'm fighting the court systems, that they're all broken systems, just like Ash talks about in all the different areas of the world today. So I'm advocating. And I wasn't really present that first year because I was fighting for guardianship for my son. So I'm used to advocating in that way, and one person at a time. Back in healthcare, I was the person that went back to someone's room to hold their hand and hear their story and encourage them. I was, in the projects, I would maybe go to, a really nice home, and then down to the projects, I was the person changing that diaper before therapy and praying with that patient. So that's where I feel the most comfortable. So fast forward again, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry, Marty. But just fast forward, I want to encourage you to lead with your heart, and maybe your heartbeat today is out of rhythm. Maybe it's a little faint today. We live in a world of fake news and people trying to tear things down, including our beautiful company. But if it's faint, I just want to tell you to plug in wherever you can. And trust me, your heart will begin to beat in perfect rhythm, because I feel like that's why we're all here, is that it's because we have that same heartbeat. If it's fast, like mine is right now, maybe it's a fast heartbeat, or like when Chris gets excited, I know his heart's beating fast, so we have to kind of calm ourselves down. It may be fast, or it may just be broken, but this is a place of love. And I just encourage you very much to plug in. I want to say thank you to Ash Mufareh and his family. I want to say thank you to also Rob and Lynn, who at the time kind of took me in, and I wanted to learn O-Connect. And between Rob and Lynn and Daniel Welch helping me on the tech side of things, I was helping run and Facing My Fears, helping run the Ollie Show. After that, I thought, Chris, that I was going to become a tea clubber like Reds all of a sudden, and I was helping in the chat. I love that because I can share positivity in my heart and love, and I believe that light shines brighter than darkness, and I believe we're doing that. So if you look at us as one big community, that's what we're doing in this world. So I encourage you to check your heartbeat today, plug in where you can. Don't be afraid to share your story, because your story matters, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you, Chris. Back to you.
Wow. And you said you were nervous. That was beautiful. Once again, another founder who's giving constantly. Her personal struggles have actually, I believe, have put her at the top. We both face the same issues. We've talked about a little bit about this, and we're both advocate for returning a lot of mental hospitals that have closed down due to money. Delisa, you're a rock star, and you're gorgeous, and actually love death. I can't wait to get to that beach, and it's going to be a blast when we do. Thank you very much, Delisa.
You're muted, Chris.
Okay, now I'm like Delisa here. See, Delisa, I even do it wrong here. This next lady I want to introduce, thank you, by the way, Delisa. She puts music in all her heart. She's a songwriter. She's a singer. She's an entertainer. A humongous heart, very passionate about what she does. I met her through the webs. I've never personally met her, and I can't wait to meet her. Miss Renata, and I'm not even going to try to say your last name. Croatia, something like that, right?
It's Grgic, my last name. You'll never learn.
No, never.
Okay. So thank you, Chris, and it's my big pleasure to be here with all of you amazing people. And Robin, happy birthday one more time. So like Chris said, my name is Renata Grgic. I'm from Croatia in Europe, and I'm working as a music culture teacher for 30 years now, and I'm in 2 primary schools, leading children choirs, vocal ensemble of adult people playing piano and tambura, our traditional instrument. I'm writing songs for kids, spiritual songs, and of course songs inspired by ONPASSIVE. And here are Jean, she sang with me, and I'm very proud of her and thankful. Also, I deal with handmade creations. I like to be in nature and much more things. And I would like to explain a little bit about I'm in 2 schools. Maybe some people can relate with that. And it's because here where I live and in many other places, we are facing the lack of kids in schools and in general. And past 10 years, many teachers had to work in 2 or 3 or even 4 schools. They need to travel, and we are doing that to be able to get full monthly payment. And I must say it's not easy at all. The other thing teachers are facing is that many of them find also very hard to make a positive impact on their students, not only regarding knowledge of teaching subject, but impact on life values that everyone should be familiar with. So many teachers here, I believe, globally, are burned out and searching for other opportunities to change their profession or to change something. I don't know. And I'm talking about this because joining ONPASSIVE 4.5 years ago, almost 5, it helped me a lot in my teaching journey too. And I only can say what a wonderful journey we have till now by listening to our Mr. Ash and hearing his mission and vision, listening other people with their passions and wise words. It related with me so much with my personality, and it gave me the wind to my wings, so to say, to continue to shine my light, no matter if that light bothers someone on or gets into their eyes. And I'm so happy I've learned that finally. And all that Mr. Ash is doing with his team is so great, and we all can really learn a lot and relate to what he's going through and what he has to say. So I invite everyone to be very, very grateful, at least of the fact that because of him we are here today, right? And we are connected to so many wonderful people around the world, helping each other, laughing together, talking together, and much more. Even most of us never met, and I agree with Chris. I cannot wait to see all of you. It's my deep desire in my heart, and I know that they will happen. What else I wanted to say that my passion from early childhood days always was music, creativity, helping others, and many other things I'm interested in. And I always wanted to do something more with my life and other people's life. My parents gave to me and my sister a very good life, but they kind of like always did it with some struggle, and I promised myself I will try to do more to find a way for easier life for me, for my family, my kids, and all around me. And in this world we have today, when you are a good person, like our CEO, and you dedicate your life for something, anything you do, when you want to help others feel good, when you are doing things without seeking for material satisfaction, but for spiritual satisfaction, and when you just want to be that light and at the end of the tunnel, it seems like mission impossible. But I think it only can slow you down a bit on that life path. But if we are dedicated enough and have the will to achieve our dreams, nothing can stop us. So I believe, and I know there are always people who are listening who want to learn from others, who wants to be near positive people. You can just see it in their eyes and in their behavior, and that is what makes me very happy, even if it's just one person at a time, as we like to say, and it is big fulfillment for us. So I want to thank, of course, to Mr. Ash for everything, to all ONPASSIVE team. Thanks to you all here and the others who are not here. Love you all. Be inspired to make a difference and shine your light. Thank you. And back to you, Chris.
Wow. Listen, you can hear the passion just in your voice. And if you ever heard Renata and Jean, they've done some songs. They're beautiful. I have a lot of respect for you for talking about teachers and what they're doing and what they can do and even what they can't do. So if you're a teacher and you're listening out there, listen to Renata, contact Renata, and she will tell you some things that you probably need to know. Renata, you are beautiful. Your heart is pure, and I love you for it. And I apologize for giving your new last name as Croatia. My eyes are horrible, but Miss Renata, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, the next, you're very welcome. This next person is, I could talk about an hour about her because all the work she does. I'm not going to pronounce her last name because I really will mess that up, but I want to tell you a little bit about this lady. Tanya single-handedly took on an admin in Marty's group on Passive Nation, which is about 30,000 people, if not more. She deals and answers questions all day long, all night long. I don't know when she sleeps. And she does it in a positive, professional way. If someone has a question on there, she's the first one on there to get on there to answer it. I can go on and on about this lady. Maybe you don't see her, but I definitely know you've heard of her, or she's probably answered a question for you. So on that note, we call her Tanya on Passive, but if you can, Tanya, give us the correct pronunciation of your last name because I will really make bad of it. So go ahead, Tanya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, everyone. Well, my full name is Tanya Karadzinovic Grassi, but Tanya on Passive is much easier. Okay, slightly getting. I live in Montenegro. It is a small country on the Adriatic Sea coast in Southern Europe. And about my background, I finished the Faculty of Political Sciences in Belgrade. But to be honest, I never worked in diplomacy because those were hard times for my country. Then it was Yugoslavia. Those were in 80s, hard years, and it wasn't easy to get that kind of job. So what gave me bread on the table was my knowledge of foreign languages and my sewing. I worked as an interpreter of Italian language for some time, and that is the way how I met my husband. And when we get married, we opened a shop for Italian curtains and accessories here at Podgorica, capital of Montenegro. And all went well for about 15 years. But then that crisis, the economic crisis that we've all gone through, put us down. We were one of those small family firms that didn't survive. So I had to close that shop and continued to sew curtains from home. And that is when my work on the internet started, because I had more time, of course. So when I was offered the opportunity of ONPASSIVE to join ONPASSIVE, I was in another affiliate program, Global Tool, and to be honest, I didn't understood much at the beginning, but my inviter, a very kind gentleman from Canada, was very supportive, explained to me everything, and I joined in December of 2019. From there, I had to listen a lot of webinars, and listening to Ash helped me understand everything that we can understand. We can not know everything, but what is needed to understand. And I knew, listening to him, I knew I was in the right place. And when we get a glimpse of bless. When Ash started talking of bless, I knew I was home and I had another family, big family. So for me, all started that way. And when Marty gave me the opportunity to help, to be of some help on Passive Nation group, I made it my passion, my primary job as I'm at home. And I spend a lot of time there trying to be of help. I like helping others. And until we get the full of blessed to do something very, very important, very much bigger than this, that what we can do now. That is my way to help ONPASSIVE, helping the members of ONPASSIVE. So that's it. I really don't have too much to say. And as you can see, I'm not a good speaker, but this is for me a big opportunity and a big honor to be with all of you. And a big honor. Thank you, Marty, and thank you, Dan, and thank you, Mike, as owners of the ONPASSIVE Nation, for supporting me in that work. That's not it's so easy sometimes. I need to say that another person that is much helpful for that work is Red Redfern, because being in Europe, both of us, we are there at the same time, so we can communicate and decide things about ONPASSIVE Nation group, and so a lot of things I need to say thank you to Red Redfern. It was a pleasure to be with you here, and thank you for being supportive. I am so excited for all that is coming our way these days. For some people, it is scary to see our platforms down. For me, it is a great, big sign of happiness. It's coming, to use Chris's words. It's coming. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. No, she's got nothing to say. And you speak beautifully, just like when you write. Again, I want to thank you. Listen, a few years back, we considered Tanya our executive secretary. No, she went right up to the boss. We call her the boss now. And whatever Tanya says goes. I got her back. Marty's got her back. Red's got her back. And she does an amazing job. Tanya, I'm so glad you came on to speak, because your words are unbelievably beautiful and helpful, like you do all day. So Tanya, thank you very much for being here. You are welcome. Okay, I'm going to do something a little different on this next individual. I like seeing new people. I know she's not new because she does a lot of webinars, but I don't know that much about Rupa Roy. Hold on, Miss Rupa Roy. I would like Jean to say, no, Rupa, number one, I think you're absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful face you have. But I would like Jean Oliva to announce you, because she probably knows a little bit more about you, and I know she's going to say something sweet. So Jean, if you don't mind, please.
I do not mind at all. I invited you, Rupa, because you just amaze me. I met Rupa through the Global Dedicated ONPASSIVians meetings that Engineer Sushanta Biswas set up, and I was absolutely floored by the translation ability. So what happens is English-speaking people come onto this Bengali platform, Bangladesh team, and speak sometimes very quickly on very deep topics. Jeffrey Morlock speaks there. I mean, I can't think of a leader that hasn't spoken there at length, in depth, and she's listening. She and Masuda Raman, who is not here today, and they are able to not only translate into a new language, but bring out these complex concepts. And with the passion of our company, I'm blown away by you personally, Rupa, but you're also a very deep and philosophical person. You put beautiful posts on Facebook. You are a true, just a beautiful poetic heart. And I'm very, very proud to know you. So without further ado, this is Rupa Roy from Bangladesh, I believe. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hello everyone, this is a lovely morning and good evening from Bangladesh, a beautiful Saturday. And first of all, thank you Chris Johnson sir and Marty DeGarmo sir for introducing me, for giving me opportunity to introduce in this platform. My name is Rupa Roy, especially I am from Bangladesh, but I have completed my post-graduation in English language and literature. I'm also in background of arts, and I'm engaged with teaching language to my students, as well as doing a business on physical products. And I'm also a digital marketer, working as a digital marketer. So I have heard about ONPASSIVE during the pandemic. I think during the pandemic is for some people, not only some people, for everyone is a pathetic scene. But to be very honest, I am little bit fortunate, and thanks to universe and thanks to Mr. Ash Mufareh sir for this unique model of business who has created and given us this opportunity to given us this opportunity to involve in this business on passive business model. And from the introducing journey, from the journey and existing to exist in this journey, I'm learning and learning more about on passive business model, because to me on passive is like an ocean, and there is no limit to learn about it. And thanks to once again, thanks to Ash Mufareh sir and the tech team who is behind us and working day and night for uplifting humanity, especially uplifting the users and all the affiliates, especially they are growing the software products. And whenever I studied about the ONPASSIVE aims to grow, and ONPASSIVE aims to grow or build products like software, and which is AI driven. And as a digital marketer, I believe it is very much helpful for everyone who is using online and who is doing business on online. So I'm really grateful and I'm thankful again. So to be very honest, this platform is not only for earning money, but also it offers everyone the opportunity to uplifting humanity and think about the positive mindset. Especially whenever I heard the speeches of our CEO, beloved CEO, whenever he talks about the positive mindset. Actually, I'm blessed. I'm dreaming again and again. I'm dreaming about my future again and again through the lens of Ash Mufareh sir. Really, I am blessed on this platform. So and I would like to thank my blazer also, who has introduced me in this platform. So this is my journey, and this is my existing belief. Actually, I believe on passive. Only this platform who can think about the humanity. And I also worked in I also worked under so many CEOs. So many CEOs, they don't think about their employees, and they don't think about their they don't think about other people. They only think to grow money about their own company. But the Ash Mufareh sir, especially I called the Ash Mufareh sir, is the only one person who the founders and growing founders and growing and to to grow from the so it's not about to it's not about the money, it's not count by money. So thanks to Ash sir, the shining star on this platform, because nobody can know me as well as before like this. And the background is really shining me. Thank you for me. Thank you and for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Wow, Rupa Roy, dying to hear you talk some more. Thank you very much, Gene. I appreciate you saying the wonderful things about Rupa. Teach me a little bit about her because I'm still learning of new people each day. Rupa, you're an amazing person. Keep doing what you're doing, and we love you for all you're doing. Thank you very much, Rupa Roy. Okay, this next guy, boy, I don't even, engineer Shashanta Biswa. He gets himself around. He's from Bangladesh. He does quite a few webinars, and I'm dying to hear what he's got to say about himself. Mr. Engineer Shashanta, go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Kish. Hi, everyone. Hello, ONPASSIVE world. A great ONPASSIVE day to all of you. I like to convey my best wishes to all of you, and I wish a great day for our sister Robin Noble, as today is her birthday. Thank you, everyone. Indeed, it's my great pleasure to be here, and I like to thank Marty, Chris, of course, Jean, Eliva, and all other panelists for bringing us to this, for giving us to this opportunity to say something before the world. My dear friends, I am engineer Sushanto Biswas from Bangladesh. Though I born and brought up in Bangladesh, but I think now I am living another world that is called ONPASSIVE world. All the people in this world are same-minded people, same thinking, always positive attitude, positive thinking. So it's a good, positive culture I'm living in this world. So I'm very much fortunate. But the term engineer, adding this term engineer before my name, that was a long story, and that was very struggling. Actually, I have come very poorest of the poor family. My parents hadn't had that capacity to bear all the educational expenses, but I had to believe on myself. I believe myself. I did my tuition and did some extra time work and continue my education. Finally, I end the journey with the term engineer before my name. So it was a great journey, but the sad history in my life that I lost my parents together. Actually, they were killed by some miscreants, and after their disappearance from this earth, I took all the burden of my family, and I'm sure by the grace of Almighty, till today, I have managed everything. So I am an electrical and electronic engineer, and basically I am doing my own business since 1998, and still I am doing this business. So in October 2020, some guy from India approached me about ONPASSIVE. He explained everything, but before joining, I wrote to support of ONPASSIVE whether Bangladeshi people are eligible or not, and I got positive response. Then I went through the mission and vision statement of ONPASSIVE, and I saw that ONPASSIVE is not a money-driven company. ONPASSIVE, it likes to change lives of billions of people across the globe by building a business, self-business for each and everyone. And also, ONPASSIVE ensures succeed for each and everyone, regardless their background, experience, education, religion, race, culture, whatever it is, that doesn't matter. So I astonished also going through the explanation of the logo and the name of the company. So considering all those things, it was surprise to me that ONPASSIVE is a company that is gonna doing something for the people across the globe that none could do ever. So I was very excited and I joined ONPASSIVE on October 5th, 2020. And since my joining, I'm enjoying the process of ONPASSIVE. I tried to involve and engage myself in parallel with my existing business and in my business career. I've given so many jobs to so many people, and I was involved with so many social works. I did some humanitarian works. I helped so many people actually because it was in my mind that I have come from a very poorest family, so I should help to the poor. So from that sense, I helped lots. But I thought I did so much in my career. But once I joined to ONPASSIVE, I saw that I couldn't do anything in my life. I couldn't do anything. Rather, I have got an opportunity to do much more, Even when I listened to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, how photogenic face. Oh my God, I didn't such a nice person in my whole life, I can say. Whenever I saw him, whenever I listened to him, actually a feeling is being created in my side that he is the person sent by Almighty God. And when I went through the business model, it's a unique and unparalleled. It's not comparable to any traditional business. And still, I strongly believe the business model, especially the CATMO, there is no other company that is working for others except ONPASSIVE. So ONPASSIVE and our CEO, Mr. Ash, and his dream team, they're working to build CAT, CAT CAT. Once CAT is ready and be operational, I'm sure money will run after CAT. So we the people are very lucky that we are in this divine platform. My dear friends, actually, I don't know, I never seen a company that shares revenue. All the companies shares profit, but ONPASSIVE is exceptional company that shares total revenue. That is, we are gonna have 100% from our total sale, then 25% from next, from second, and so on. There is no other company. I think there is no other company. All the companies shares profit. No company shares revenue. So ONPASSIVE never bother for profit. ONPASSIVE aims to help people, to make people happy. This is the company we are belonging to. So I don't think ONPASSIVE is just a business. It's a blessing. It's a blessing of Almighty God through our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare. We are really, really lucky. We are in a good shape. We are in a good position. I didn't see any company that can do what ONPASSIVE did by this 5 years. Not 5 years. Out of those 5 years, 2 years were COVID. So within last 3 years, what ONPASSIVE did, no other company can think of that also. So we are in good shape. We are in good hand. I'm sure we will win and definitely will keep a good legacy for our next generation. So thank you so much. I'm really happy. I'm grateful to Almighty and thankful to CEO that we have got this kind of divine platform to do a better thing for the general people, for our neighbor, for our country. I'm sure ONPASSIVE is a developing country, but ONPASSIVE is on the support of ONPASSIVE, the vision of Bangladesh that will be developed country in 1941. I'm sure it will be very easier with the support of ONPASSIVE. So I'm really grateful for being a part of this divide platform. Thank you so much. Back to brother Chris.
Very good, engineer. Listen, Bangladesh, you have no idea what's coming your way. I know Bangladesh has a lot of people in it, and these two individuals on here from Bangladesh, which is Rupa Roy and Engineer Shashanta, I say look out. It's coming. You're not going to be able to stop it. Two individuals like this spreading the word weekly. I appreciate all that you do, engineer, and keep doing what you're doing. And don't forget to let people shine. I want to see more Bangladesh because I love Bangladesh. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Now I'm going to skip here. This is the birthday chick, I call her. One of my great friends, Robin Noble. I love her with all my heart. I'm going to let her go first. She's last, but first, I want to wish a big, beautiful birthday to this woman because she's an amazing lady. And she's just awesome. Miss Robin Noble, Miss Birthday Chick, come on.
Thank you, Chris. Such a joy and pleasure to be with all of you today. It really was not planned that I would be visiting on so many wonderful webinars today on my birthday, but this is another blessing, another bonus for me. So I'm taking it and just so thrilled to be with all of you. What an amazing panel of people we have on today's Shining the Light. This is what it's all about. And you're brought together through a heart synergy that drew you into ONPASSIVE, that has elevated you within your own talents and abilities to seeing what the world needs and being wanting to be part of it. Some of the threads and commonalities of what you've brought together today are how important our mothers have been in this. And I think our mothers have played large roles and large development aspects of our conscience and awareness of wanting to help and nurture and be part of assisting other people. Fathers have got their special place as well, but the connection right now between the mothers who have been part of ONPASSIVE as well in some cases, as was mine from the beginning when I joined. Our mum passed away 2 years ago, but she was on every single phone call, or she came onto the webinars through the phone. That was how she listened. And she just loved ASH as well, and she believed in what this was all about. But you've come through the mother energy, the love of mothers, to the humanitarians with heart. And that's what all of you are, and that's what you're all representing. And to have you speak today is so beautiful, to help and bring other people and help them to be aware who are listening to this. And it's all right. So many people are embarrassed or fearful that to be too much of something, or to be too passionate, or to be too emotional, or to be too kind and loving is wrong. It cannot be wrong when it raises people to this level of wanting to help and be part of the changes in the world for the benefit and love of other people. You've all talked about helping and wanting to advocate for others. And through that, you're also helping yourselves, because there is truly no better gift, no greater gift than helping somebody else, for that feeling of joy, of knowing that somebody else has achieved, whether it's through accomplishments, whether it's through physical, whether it's through monetary. You're part of helping to elevate people. You're helping to make the world a better place. The arts, many of you have mentioned your background or your personal joy of being part of the arts, which includes music, it includes language, it includes communication, it includes education. Look what you're all bringing forward. And you're showing other people by coming and stepping forward into Shining the Light series that all of this is perfectly all right. You don't need to hide yourselves. You don't need to be embarrassed of what these beautiful gifts are that you have. Some of you were concerned about speaking and coming forward to be on a platform to speak publicly. Well, guess what? I'm really going to shatter that illusion, because while we're sitting here and there are 369 of us on this panel, there are going to be thousands of people listening to you. So you are public speaking. And those of you who thought you would never be able to do this, surprise, you are doing this. But the joy of what ONPASSIVE is doing and the platform that we were using, OConnect, and will be using again very, very, very soon, is making it easier, safer for us to do this, to feel comfortable, to feel accepted. And this is the joy of what ONPASSIVE is. This is what the amazing ONPASSIVE founder affiliates around the world are helping people to feel safe, to feel wanted, to feel loved. And to do this on a panel like this and to then go out, you are speaking to thousands and thousands of people and touching their lives. And those of you who are speaking English doing this, because it is being spearheaded by English-speaking Marty and Chris, and where English is not your first language, you are amazing. So many of us could not do this in another language. So while English is the platform language, thank you for coming forward. Thank you for stepping up, and thank you for maybe facing fear, maybe facing uncertainty, but you did it and you're doing it in English, in addition to what you do and how you present yourselves in your own languages to your founders from your countries. You deserve the applause, you deserve the accolades, you deserve the love and support for what you are doing. So thank you all for being on here. Help other people to overcome their fears, because there are going to be so many more shining the lights in the series that are being done. And you too can come forward by contacting Chris with your own group of people who have worked to do wonderful things, and come on together if that's how you want it, or nominate somebody else to come forward with you if you don't want to do it just on your own. You know, this is part of what ONPASSIVE is all about. And this, to me, is not wasting time while our company prepares and elevates itself to the proper level of introduction to the world again. All right? This is not a negative. All of this that is happening is able to support others and help others to help others in turn. You tell two friends and so on and so on. Well, this is ONPASSIVE now. So please, there is no fear, there is no need to be negative or scared about what is happening, because we are in the right place. And the fact that Ash even comes out and talks to us, not in the timely way that we would like it to happen or we think should happen, but when he can, either legally or through the way of how the platform has developed or the changes that are being made. But he is telling us what he can. And remember, he doesn't have to do this. There is no obligation for him to have to keep us informed. This is his company. So we are truly being included by him to be part of this experience without going through the headaches. And if waiting is a headache, well, I tell you, I've been waiting so much in the past 20 years for everything. I feel like the donkey wearing the perpetual carrot on its head. As it moves forward, the carrot keeps moving forward as well. But through waiting, one learns patience. One learns maybe to be not so critical, to accept more, to be more kind. You know, if you need examples of how to be grateful, go and sit in a hospital emergency waiting room and just see one aspect of life, of what is to be grateful for if you were not there because of a medical reason. Be grateful that you're not having to find where your next meal is coming from, or find where your shoes are coming from. There are still people in the world who have those challenges daily. So we have a lot to be grateful. If our only concern and challenge is to wait, I think we are truly, truly blessed, and we may even need to reconsider our priorities in our own life. So, Havala, thank you, namaste, merci, and you are all so wonderful in what you have done and brought forward today. And you are going public with this, and thousands of people are going to hear about who you are, what you're doing, and where we're going next with ONPASSIVE. Thank you so much for being part of this. Marty, Chris, thank you for including me. And again, thank you for all the beautiful birthday wishes and also your prayers to help me with my health and my healing. I believe in them, I'm grateful for them, and I'm just incredibly proud to be part of everybody else on this panel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Well, that's why we let Robin close. Renata, I see you're back. Real quick before I hand it to Marty, I want to thank you for all of showing us who you are. That's what this is all about. I love every one of you. You're all, I'm not going to say you're brave. I think you're just wonderful, smart people that seen something that was this good and wanted to get on. So from the bottom of my heart, Gina Levy, I want to thank you again for putting this panel together. We were too short today because the internet connection in some countries isn't that great. Hopefully we'll change that in the world. And Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, everybody, you were amazing. I was looking for a company like this for 20 years where I could build a business and actually get to know people. And this is, God doesn't make mistakes. He only does masterpieces, and you all were a masterpiece today. I really, really appreciate it. This is my why, seeing people do stuff and hearing about the people in this company, because you know, a lot of people, I've always said, have 20/20 vision, but only a founder has 20/20 vision in the heart. I have very smart people that did make a lot of money online, and they didn't want to come into ONPASSIVE. And I didn't look at it like, oh, well, I looked at it like, well, they're not meant to be here. That's it. They're coming later, but a founder's a founder. We all speak the same language. We sound kind of funny, but we speak the same language. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I mean that. And we're going to keep doing this. This came out even better than I hoped it would. So thank you all. I mean that.
Thank you, everyone.